Night Out is in its 31st year. When it started, 2.5 million Americans took part across 23 states. Now, more than 37 million people from all 50 states are involved. The next National Night Out is scheduled for August 5th. It's next Tuesday. Stacey Westbrook has helped organize things locally. She's a crime prevention specialist with the Omaha Police Department. Good morning.
Good morning. Thank you for having us.
It's good to see you. What is the concept here? Been around for a long time. Chances are you've heard of it, but would you remind us of the goal with this event?
Sure. The goal of National Night Out is to get neighbors outside of their homes, interacting with one another, just kind of knowing what's going on their block, and start that communication, as well as have the officers kind of stop by their parties and kind of talk to the neighbors.
Any activities or themes that you would recommend? Some homeowners take a lot of ownership in this.
Right.
What would you suggest?
Oh, wow. We've seen things from block parties to neighborhood cookouts. We've seen neighborhood associations who have actually gone to the local park and have like a festival. So it just depends on the culture of the neighborhood and what they want to do.
And we've got a few images from past National Nights Out. Do you have to register your party in order to have an officer come by? Is that essential for tracking? How does that work?
Well, we would like for people who are having parties and are obviously wanting officers to come by to contact the police department so that we are, number one, we're aware of their party and we can assign the officers based on the precincts that they live in. But certainly if you're not needing to have an officer stop by, you can certainly just have your party.
What is the connection between these parties and these events? And it'll happen again in the fall, so these do happen a few times throughout the year. But what do you see in terms of safety and people reporting, being more vigilant in their neighborhoods when they see something suspicious? What's the correlation between this series of events and safety?
Well, obviously, it creates a level of communication where sometimes, you know, if you have people moving into your block, new homeowners, or, you know, some kind of transient population in your particular neighborhood, it allows the neighbors to get to know one another and find out, you know, how many family members are in their home. Kind of, you know, just the basic stuff that, unfortunately, now that we have decks on the back of our homes, we don't spend as much time in the front parts of our yards as we used to, say, back in the early 70s and things like that. So it really does create some cohesiveness to the neighborhood and allow people to know that, hey, we're watching what's going on.
I don't think I'm alone in this. We live sort of near a park, near a trail, and so we've got a lot of activity around our neighborhood. And sometimes you see something, a car parked there a little too long, or what, you know, like, is that normal? Is that even worth calling the police? Am I overreacting? Is there a standard for when to call and when to call 911 or to try to get a hold of an agency and leave a message even?
Absolutely. What we ask people is, when in doubt or if you see anything suspicious, always call 911. That is going to be the citizens' only way to get an officer to that scene. And that's what we're here for. So nothing is too small. If it makes you uncomfortable, certainly call 911. If you are seeing some other things occur in your neighborhood and have some additional questions, you can feel free to call each of the crime prevention specialists in each part of the quadrant of the city, and they can answer any additional questions that you may have.
Each precinct has someone like Stacey there. Their focus is crime prevention. The officers are there to deal with once a crime happens, let's address that. But your goal is let's keep it from happening in the first place. And the number on the screen now will get you to the crime prevention unit. The website is there as well. A lot of consonants and vowels, so we try to put that on our website just so it's one click and you're linking through. The police department's also on Twitter and on Facebook. And with National Night Out, that organization is on Facebook as well. And if you go to your favorite search engine, you can just type it out and search and register your party even through that website if you would like to. Thank you for coming in today.
Thank you for having us.
We hope you have a fantastic August 5th.
Very busy.
We want a safe city.
Keep your lights on, too. That's a good thing.
Yeah, thank you. It's good to see you.
Thanks a lot.
We were delighted.